Step into the darkness where reality blurs and nightmares come alive. The weightlessness of space has always been both exhilarating and terrifying. As an astronaut, I've spent countless hours floating through the void, marveling at the beauty of the cosmos while also being acutely aware of the dangers that lurk in its depths. But nothing could have prepared me for the horror that awaited me upon my return from Mars. Our mission had been a success, or so we thought. We had spent months exploring the red planet, collecting samples and conducting experiments in the hopes of unraveling its mysteries. But as we prepared to return to Earth, something went horribly wrong. It started with a simple cough, nothing more than a minor annoyance at first. But as the days passed, the symptoms grew worse. Fever, fatigue, nausea, it was as if a sickness had taken hold of the crew, spreading like wildfire through the cramped confines of our space station. At first, we tried to dismiss it as nothing more than a common cold, a minor inconvenience that would soon pass. But as more and more crew members fell ill, it became impossible to ignore the truth: we were facing a deadly outbreak, one that threatened to consume us all. As panic spread through the space station like a contagion, I knew that we had to act fast if we were to have any hope of containing the outbreak. But as I delved deeper into the cause of the sickness, I uncovered a horrifying truth: we were not alone on the space station. A parasitic organism, unlike anything I had ever seen before, had hitched a ride aboard our spacecraft, lurking in the shadows and infecting unsuspecting crew members with its deadly spores. It was a creature of pure instinct, driven by an insatiable hunger for human flesh. I watched in horror as my friends and colleagues succumbed to the parasite's relentless assault, their bodies twisted and contorted by its alien presence. Some became mindless drones, their eyes vacant and lifeless as they roamed the corridors in search of their next victim. Others were consumed from within, their flesh withering away as the parasite fed on their very essence. But as the death toll rose and hope dwindled, I refused to give up without a fight. As I stood on the brink of the abyss, staring out into the vast expanse of space, I knew that my mission was far from over. The interstellar parasite still lurked in the shadows, its insidious presence threatening to spread and consume all of humanity. But as much as I wanted to confront the creature head-on and put an end to its reign of terror, I knew that it would be futile. The parasite was too powerful, too cunning to be defeated by mere mortal hands. And so, with a heavy heart, I made the decision to keep silent and return to Earth. As our spacecraft hurtled through the void, I couldn't shake the feeling of guilt that gnawed at the edges of my mind. Had I made the right decision? Should I have stayed and fought, risking my life in a futile attempt to save humanity from the parasite's wrath? But as we entered Earth's atmosphere and touched down on solid ground, I knew that it was too late to go back. The parasite had come with us, hidden within the confines of our spacecraft, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike. And as I stepped out onto the familiar soil of my home planet, I couldn't help but wonder, had I doomed us all by keeping silent? Would the parasite spread, infecting unsuspecting victims and unleashing chaos upon the world? Only time would tell. But one thing was for certain: the horror that had begun in the depths of space was far from over. And as I watched the sun sink below the horizon, casting long shadows across the Earth, I knew that our battle against the interstellar parasite had only just begun.